We're going to write the number that is 10 times greater than 48. We're going to use two strategies, the place value chart and post-it notes. After you write the number 48 on the place value chart, check to see how many zeros are in the digit that you're multiplying by. We need to go 10 times greater, so I'm going to move one place value to the left. The 4 moves from the tens place to the hundreds place. Don't forget about your 8. You're also moving the 8 ones into the tens place. So now I rewrite, the 4 is in the hundreds place, the 8 is now in the tens place, and we need a 0 as a placeholder. Now we know that 480 is 10 times greater than 48. We can also show this with post-it notes. I need to move each digit one place to the left because when we're multiplying on the place value chart, we have to move to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left when you multiply. Both of my digits move one place value to the left. It became 480. Now we're going to write the number that is 100 times greater than 48. On the place value chart, I've written the number 48. We're going to move the 4 two place values to the left because when we're multiplying by 100, that's 2 powers of 10, 1 power for each 0. So the 4 moves from the hundreds place to the thousands place. Don't forget, you also need to move the 8 ones, 2 powers of 10 or 100 times greater. So the 8 moves from the tens place to the hundreds place. So I will now rewrite the 4 tens as 4 thousands. My 8 ones become 8 hundreds, and I need 2 placeholder zeros. So 100 times greater than 48 is 4,800. If I used post-it notes, I would take both of my post-it notes and move them 2 place values to the left because there are 2 powers of 10 in 100. So I would shift 1, 2 place values to the left, 4,800. Now we're going to write the number that is 1,000 times greater than 48. I'm going to need to move the 48 3 places to the left on the place value chart. There are 3 zeros in the number 1,000. 1, 2, 3 places to the left. Let me write my 4 in the 10,000s place. Don't forget to also move the 8 3 place values to the left. 1, 2, 3 to the thousands place. Then I need to fill in my hundreds, tens, and ones with placeholder zeros. 1,000 times greater than 48 is 48,000. If I were doing this with post-it notes, I would take both of my post-it notes and move them 3 place values to the left. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to fill in your hundreds place with a placeholder 0. 48,000 is 1,000 times greater than 48. Now we're going to write the number that is 1/10 of 48. Remember, when you're finding 1/10 of a number, you're dividing it by 10. Because you're dividing by 10, you're moving to the right on the place value chart. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right when you divide. I'm going to start with my 8. And I'm going to move it 1 place to the right because we're dividing by 10. The 4 will also move 1 place to the right. So the 4 is now in the ones place, decimal. My 8 has moved to the tenths place. 4 and 8/10 is 1/10 of the number 48. If you're finding 1/10 of 48 with post-it notes, you're going to move both of your post-it notes 1 place value to the right. 1/10 of 48 is 4 8/10. Now we're going to write the number that is 1/100th of 48. Remember, because we're finding 1/100th of 48, we are moving 2 places to the right because there are 2 zeros. which means the same thing as dividing by 100. So the 8 moves 2 places to the right. The 8 is now in the hundredth place. The 4 also moves 2 places to the right. 1, 2. The 4 is now in the 10th place. Don't forget your decimal. 48 hundredths is 1/100th of 48. If you're using Post-it notes, you're going to move your Post-it notes 2 places to the right because there's 2 zeros. You are dividing by 100. 1, 2.
48 hundredths is 1/100th of 48.
Now we'll write the number that is 1,000th of 48. We're going to be dividing by 1,000, so we're moving 3 places to the right because there are 3 zeros. On my place value chart, I move the 8, 1, 2, 3 places to the right. The 8 is now in the thousandth place. The 4 also moves 3 places to the right. 1, 2, 3. The 4 is now in the hundredth place. Don't forget your placeholder 0 in the 10th place and your decimal. If you want to write the 0 in the ones place, you can do that as well. 48 thousandths is 1,000th of 48. If you're using Post-it notes, you'll move your Post-it notes 3 places to the right. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to add a placeholder 0 in your 10th place. 48 thousandths is 1,000th of 48.